quick summary of my story. I was raised in an abusive home and a cult. I was sexually molested and mentally and physically abused as well. That kind of was a two-edged sword. It put me at a disadvantage in a lot of ways, but it also gave me this determination to kind of, get out and start my own life and make something better for myself. So when I was 12 years old, I started working to support my family, and I got a work permit. And I've been working steadily since I was 12 years old. And when I was 18, I moved out on my own. I was shunned by my family for leaving the cult. They're no longer allowed to speak with me. And I worked my way up to a job as an executive assistant. And I kind of felt like, okay, this is it, I finally arrived. I was making about $50,000 a year, which seemed like a fortune to me. And I was like, okay, I've made it, I'm standing on my own type thing. Got my own little place, had my dog, a Neapolitan Mastiff, and everything was fine until about 2008, when the recession came along and I was laid off from my job. Because I worked at Kelley Blue Book, which kind of their bread and butter was the auto industry, and that was the first thing to go in the recession. So, got laid off from my job, figured, okay, I'll just, find a new job. I've never had trouble finding work before, except all of a sudden there were no jobs to be found. So I quickly found myself without a place to live and ended up living out of a camper in a Walmart parking lot that I had inherited when my biological father, whom I hadn't seen in 20 years, committed suicide. So I've spent 2.5 years homeless, and that's sort of my my story, and how I was, I blogged about it anonymously at girlsguidetohomelessness.com, and that sort of garnered a following, I think because it was such a topical situation. So many people who had never thought that it could happen to them finding themselves homeless, and that's how the book deal kind of came about.